Well, Kate B here from Central Florida. Welcome, welcome. Long time no see. Now, did I come last week to show you my eyeshadow application? Yes, I came last week twice on Friday and Sunday. And today live stream, I always look at those abbreviations from other vloggers. GRWM, and I didn't have an idea what it was. And you know me, I'm trying different genres in YouTube, trying to get a lot of views and make sense from a YouTube channel. So I'm trying all options, and today this is the day we're gonna GWRM. So it's like get ready with me. Oh, GRWM. Andrew Nadar said hi. Welcome, Andrew. So I'm Kate B. I live in sunny Florida. If you're first time on my channel, welcome, welcome. I'm very happy. Anybody stop by, say hi, don't be shy. Tell me where you're from, where you're watching. I have viewers all over the world. English is my first language, so if you hear some accent, just bear with me. You can like it, you cannot like it, but I'm okay with that. You can stop by for a second and move on to do your own things. Swipe, I'm not going to be offended. So, Kate B here, and GRWM means get ready with me. So, a lot of vloggers tried this type of live stream or videos. So today I already got my hair prepped because we are going to the party, and I've done it before, but I just didn't know that those videos are called Get Ready With Me, GRWM. Watching from South Africa. Welcome, Andrew. I have someone living in South Africa. My ex-boyfriend from Eastern Europe lives there. Danny's World. Hi, Danny's World. Welcome, welcome to my live stream. So I'm Kate. I am a woman who's going through midlife crisis. That's why YouTube, that's why I want to express myself, find something to do, find the ways to talk to people, to express my opinions, to talk about interesting topics, etc., etc. Also, I'm into makeup for the past, like, let's say 4 years. Since 45, I started to use a lot more makeup. I only used, like before, I used a little bit of foundation, a little bit of mascara, but now I'm all into blown makeup, especially when I go out to party. Tonight I'm going to party with my husband. I know you. I just changed my name, Danny's World. Okay, welcome, welcome, no problem. I'm glad you came back to my channel. Thank you so much for coming and supporting me, Danny's World. So today we're gonna put nice makeup. We're gonna put evening makeup. We're going to a party. It's in somebody's house, and check this out. Today I'm feeling pumped because I don't need to impress anybody. These people I knew for the past almost 19 years. These people are from Andrew Nadar. Your husband's a lucky man. You're very beautiful. Thank you so much. I never thought like that. I was so not self-confident. I'm only self-confident, started to be more self-confident after 45. It's a lot of factors. Where I grew up, where I was brought up, and how many complexes I have. But anyways, thank you so much. Those compliments really humble me. So we're going to a party. Check this out. I've been I knew a lot of people from that party because that's my husband's partners, and he's been in that firm for about 20 something years, almost 20 years now. So I've been knowing these people for about 19 years, and the guy, my husband's partner, he's turning 70, so I'm not afraid to go to a party when the guy is turning 70, because I'll probably still gonna be there, the youngest. Maybe his kid's gonna be there. He only has one daughter. She's younger. She's maybe in her early 30s. But anyways, I'm excited because I kind of know these people, and I don't worry to look like super, super young, because I feel young, and just imagine a party for a 70-year-old, and the guy, then he looks really good for his age, and his wife, she looks amazing. His wife, I think she's way younger, but she's very healthy, and she's a doctor herself, so she's like very, very fit and very beautiful. So I want to look beautiful to go into a party. So today we're gonna put glowy makeup. You know, I told you last time that I bought some new products and I started to experiment with those products. So today, get ready with me. But while we're getting ready, we're gonna discuss the topic. Dennis World, can you hear me well? 10. You look young. How old are you, if you don't mind me asking? Of course, Andrew, I have no problem with age at all. I'm 48, and this year in August I'm turning 49, and I'm okay with 40s, but I'm not okay. You know, like when you're 45, you can be a little over 40, but when you're 49, you're way too close to 50, and 50 scare me. But anyways, 48 is a great age. 49, this 9 makes me a little bit like sad. Oh wow, you don't look 48 at all. Oh my gosh, and I didn't even turn on the red. Okay, sorry, green screen. No, we don't need green screen. Let me move the green screen away. Oh my gosh, I was trying to mess up with the settings, and I was trying to. How do I get rid of the green screen? Oh, okay, sorry about that. But just imagine the first time I went to that party. First time I went to my husband's work party, it was like in 2006. It was a New Year's party, and I was 30 years old back then, and I went all the way out to go get my hairdo, to buy new shoes, to buy new dress, to put like makeup, and I was so stressed. But here I am, almost 19 years down the road, and all these people, I know them. They're great partners of my husband. We've been meeting every year a couple of times for different, festivities, for different events. For charity events, and they know me well, I know them well, and I feel comfortable. It's not I'm going first time somewhere that's gonna judge me. But anyways, I like when I go to a party, I like to dress up and I like to put my makeup. I think it's my Russian roots, like Eastern European roots. Like, you have to be presentable, you have to wear nice shoes, you have to wear nice dress. So today I'm gonna put makeup. But I have an interesting topic for you today. Dennis World. Oh wow, Dennis World. Why the question marks? 10 question marks. Okay, Dennis World, where are you from? Let us know if it's not a secret where are you from. And I hope you can hear me well. Where are you wearing to the party? I'm wearing black dress. It's gonna be V-neck. Okay, let me show you. And I'm wearing my red shoes. I call them my orange red shoes. And I'm wearing black dress just because black covers all imperfections of your body, and just black is so classy. I don't know, they didn't have a code. They didn't have a dress code, but I just want to feel sleek and elegant. So I'm wearing this dress. I'm wearing this black dress. It's fitted, and I'm wearing red shoes, red and gold shoes, and I'm wearing gold. I'll probably wear some gold earrings, and I'm wearing a lot of gold jewelry with black. And I live in Kirksville. Okay, Ohio. Okay, Ohio, cool. Welcome to Florida, girl channel. Your bathroom looks beautiful. Yeah, thank you. We've done the bathroom 4 years ago. It's my sanctuary. I call it my sanctuary because it's like my spa. I keep it always nice and organized and clean, and I like it because it's a lot of beautiful materials that are easy to maintain. And thank you for the compliment. I really appreciate it. So, but while we're doing makeup, have you watched those vloggers that they're doing makeup and they're telling criminal stories? And I told you before that I'm really into this trial of Karen Reed, but today we're not going to talk maybe about Karen. Maybe we will talk a little bit about Karen Reed. That's lady who is on trial for second-degree murder, but we don't know what happened to her husband. She is tried for killing her husband in 2022, and the first time jury didn't come to the decision. The jury was hanged, so she's on trial for the second time because the prosecution didn't do a good job and the jury just didn't know, what to do. So she's tried again. So I'm like all into that case, and it's been 3 weeks of trial coverage, and I've been watching trial, like court proceedings, and like I've been watching it for the past 3 weeks, so I'm really into that case. And when it's something, I talked about it a little bit last Friday when I had something to say, but this live stream I don't want to go because this topic is very disturbing, and today I'm in a very good mood because I'm going to the party. So today we are going to talk about children. No, children, to have or not to have children, and how you feel about having children, how you feel about you know, producing another people into the world at this interesting time in the world. But times are always, you know, been like good and bad, so it's not necessarily like how you bring a child to this world at this time. It's just in general the topic of childbirth. But it's almost 4:30. I have to be ready by 6. So while I'm talking, I have to look at the clock and make sure I'm on time because we leave in about 6. Bathroom looks beautiful. Thank you, thank you. Do you have anything else in the chat so I can read your comments? Anyways, if you're first time on my channel, I'm all into beauty products, and unfortunately I don't get paid for any promotions. So whatever I share with you, it's just the products I really use and I really like. And I don't suggest you go to the store and buy them, but I like to watch what people like, what real people like, without being paid for promotions. And that's why I'm doing the same with my channel. Whatever products I use and like, I'm gonna share it with my viewers for free, with my own goodwill, because you know, life is difficult, and if you want to brighten up life with small things and beauty products, be my guest. It's, you know, the advice is free. So my eyes get my eyes sometimes get really dry. Yeah, the one on top of this comment. Yeah, the one on top of this comment. You're from Ohio. Okay. The question 10. Okay. 10. My name was Lillian. Oh, okay. I remember you. Thank you. You changed your name. Okay, Dennis World. Okay. Okay. So I wear contact lenses, and sometimes my eyes get too dry, and sometimes my eyes have little red, you know, whatever, capillaries in the eyes. To make your eyes really bright and white, I use this drops. They're called Lumify drops. This from Bausch & Lomb, and Bausch & Lomb does the same firm. You use your eye contact solution, and those drops are not cheap. I buy them in Costco, but they're not cheap, but they do magic to your eyes. As soon as you put them in, the redness disappears, your eyes gonna get bright, and it helps with them. It helps a lot with the dryness of your eye. And again, it's not a paid promotion. If you see these drops, and you know, they have purple cap, you know, they're Lumify drops, buy them. They're really good. And in the morning, especially if you feel a little tired and swollen, you put them in, your eyes instantly not going to be red, like they're not going to show capillaries, they're going to be white and bright. I like this trick. Another trick, my hair is like really dry because I do highlights every 2 months, and my hair is bleached, like it's partially bleached. You see some of my hair and some highlights. So the blondies pay the price. They want the blondies hair, but we pay the price of the hair being damaged and dry, and sometimes it's not as soft as they want it to be. And again, it's not a paid promotion. It's just very affordable things you can find in the stores in the US. If you want to try it, if you have you know, you have to, if you want to use new beauty product, just try it. So I have a magic water. I didn't believe in the water, but I started to buy it. It's called Wonder Water Shine Boost, and it's from L'Oreal Elvive. You can find it in the grocery store. It's nothing fancy, not the professional product. It's called 8-second Wonder Water. It's lamellar rinse out, shinier hair, 15 times stronger, sulfate free, silicone free, no way down. So this is the water, this is the solution, and you think it's a chemical, but that's something that really works to make your hair soft. Like my hair is so soft now, and I don't use it often because this bottle is about $10, I think, and it's you know, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's probably for the 6th time, but I like to use a lot, so I probably use it like for 4 times, you know. Yeah, the one on top of this comment. So this is a really cool product to make your hair very soft, and especially if I go to a party, I want my hair nice, presentable, shiny and soft. And today I use this Wonder Water. I really love it, and I use purple shampoo, but purple conditioner is not very good like the one I have, so my hair is not very soft. Usually it's dry, and like you know, I use a lot of other products to put in the hair to make it nice and soft, but this water is amazing. 8 seconds. You really need to pour it on your hair and hold for like 10 or 30 seconds and then wash it off, but be careful, it has alcohol in it, so it gets in your eyes. It's stingy, but it does wonder to your hair. Okay, enough with the tricks. I'm starting my makeup. So what I'm gonna start with today, I already put the moisturizer, but I'm not gonna talk about makeup a lot. I'm gonna do it and talk about another topic. Remember this vlogger Bailey Sarian? She's putting makeup and she's doing criminal stories. I want to try this type of videos too, but not today because I'm in a good mood and I'm gonna go and talk about something inspiring, and that's gonna be a talk about children, about why we need children, why I believe that, you know, women are built to bear children, and why I am pro kids, you know. Can you? Beautiful. Okay, but I'm gonna start makeup and I'm gonna talk about children. I watch this lady, I watch a lot of different bloggers from all over the world because I want to know other cultures, and I watch immigrants because I have something similar. I have something to, you know, I have something that resonates with me because people move from Eastern Europe to other countries and they settle and they adapt to them things. So I'm watching this lady. She got married with an older guy in Great Britain, and I was, can you? What you trying to say? Love, greetings from Rotterdam, Holland. Rudolf Wilhelm. Welcome, Rudolf. Welcome, Rudolf from Holland. I'm Kate. I'm from Eastern Europe. Originally, I came from Republic of Moldova, but now I live in sunny Florida, United States, Florida. Welcome to my channel. So we're doing makeup today. We're going to a party, 70 years old birthday party. So I'm excited because I'll probably be the brightest and the youngest there. So how about talking about the children? And I was watching this video, and when people put the videos about their life, about their experience, about how they immigrated and sharing their stories, I think people should expect that they're going to be judged and the comments going to be positive, negative, because we all, at the end of the day, we all have different experiences, we all have different cultures, we all seen different family models, and we all have different traditions, how to react to certain stories. So I don't find it bad to judge other people. Like, I'm very judgmental, and that comes not only from the culture. Oh my gosh, something happened with my lighting, I think. Hold on, I have to fix my lighting. Okay, little technical difficulty here. I think the lighting takes a lot of power, and my outlet just popped. It has like the special protective things that pops when it gets too hot or something. Anyways, and you know, we come from the culture that, you know, and I think we all judge people in some way. Some people judge less, some people judge more, but I just came from the culture where people were judged and where people judge themselves, and we grew up like listening to our moms and our aunts and our older generation to talk about judging other people, to gossip. It was normal. It was nothing out of ordinary. And I think my personality, just because I notice a lot of details and I'm very interested in everything, you know, I'm curious mind, and I see something and I react to something and I notice a lot of details and I think about things. I think just my curious mind, my brain works like that, you know, at the end of the day, I judge people because I notice a lot of detail, and that's in my character. I'm into everybody's business. I notice every little thing. So I like to judge people a little bit, and I'm not ashamed of it. I'm judging, but at the end of the day, who cares? It doesn't necessarily I gossip or express my concern, but sometimes I do. Sometimes if something triggers an emotion and triggers a reaction, I can write a comment, and I can write nasty comment to someone, and if I don't know the person, at least, you know, I'm under my name and I have a channel. If they want, they can come at me and you know, judge me back, but I'm not afraid of these things. You know, at the end of the day, whatever I do, I own it. You know, I'm an adult. Why are you crying? Danny's world, who is crying? So it's okay, I judge people. So I judge this lady a little bit. I like her channel. I like how I like her story. I like how she presents her story and how like she tries to talk about, you know, her life experiences very sincerely. And I'm afraid I'm afraid that I'm not afraid. Like if you put yourself on YouTube, just be prepared, you're going to be judged one way or another. So what I'm trying to say about this lady, she got an interesting topic in her last video to discuss about her older husband not wanting kids after she got married with him. She already had a son from previous marriage, and her husband had a daughter from previous marriage, and he was way older than her, and he was afraid to be an older dad, so they decided not to have kids. And I kind of wrote her a couple of comments. They were not bad comments or anything. I was just expressing my position in this question, and maybe it can come harsh to some people, but you know, if you out there on YouTube, and the communication can go both ways. You express the topic, you tell a story about your life. Don't be afraid that people have different opinions about your situations, and it's not necessarily the opinions you're gonna like, but I don't think I said something super harsh. So I bought this elf, and this is glowy, and I'm gonna use it as a highlighter, but I'm gonna mix it with my regular foundation, and I really like how it looked because this foundation lights up my face. So I wrote to her that she missed that opportunity when she just got in the country, and she was still energetic and young, and her husband was still under 50. Nothing wrong to have kids around 50. So I kind of maybe I misunderstood her story a little bit, but I told her that I think that when people are married, especially when the ladies are from our culture, and our parents had a rough life, but they still managed, they still, you know, my parents still had 3 kids, even life was tough back then. Здравствуйте, Лариса, добрый день, welcome. Мы собираемся на вечеринку, на парти, красимся, мажемся, одеваемся красиво, и я рассказываю истории. So it's and now I understand we have to respect other people's views and opinions and reasons and life circumstances, and that's okay. I'm totally respectful and understanding when a person can explain why they chose or didn't choose to have kids. Like this topic is kind of not sensitive, but its topic was always a topic of interest for me, because it's very interesting how life was different, but my parents still had 3 kids. My mom got married with already having a child. When she got married second time, my dad was a few years younger and he didn't have kids, but she had 2 kids with my dad after she, you know, already had her own kids. So my mom had 3 daughters, and I always thought to myself, so she was very brave. She was not afraid, and she was a working mom. She worked too. Please subscribe. Thank you, Danny. I will subscribe to your channel if you have a channel. Thank you for your support. So I thought the times were tough, but the government provided them an apartment. My dad had a job. Later on, my mom had a job. And they were not afraid in Soviet Union when the life wasn't like very easy per se. Like there were things that people like a deficit, not very good food, not everything available easily. So some people struggled financially. My parents were never well off. They lived like paycheck to paycheck, but even in that you know, economy, in that regime, people were not afraid to have 3 kids, to raise 3 kids. And of course my sister is 16 years older than me. С праздником мамы, Ларисочка, вас тоже спасибо большое. Праздник мамы завтра, будем праздновать. Сегодня идем на вечеринку. День рождения у партнера мужа, ему 70 лет исполняется, классный мужик, он мне всегда нравился, Дэн, у него очень красивая жена, интересная, мы с ней очень ладим, всегда встречались с ней на всяких банкетах, I'm excited to go, it's a nice crowd there, so I'm gonna look fantastic at the 70-year-old party. Anyways, I'm confused because I'm talking and I'm not remembering what to do next. So, and even back then in that economy, my mom wasn't afraid to have 3 kids. And I was the youngest. And at some point, my mom told me that my dad was a little bit like, you know, not sure. He would ask her, 3rd kid? Why did you decide to have 3rd kid? So she didn't necessarily probably ran it through him. But at some point when she got pregnant at 35, you know, they decided, you know, my mom was excited because she wanted a boy so badly, and she wanted a 3rd kid with my dad. And my sister back then was already 7, and my other sister was 16. So my mom wasn't necessarily too busy with 2 other kids because they were a little more growing. But my dad, he was a little bit skeptical about having a 3rd child. But now where is my dad? So, you know, my dad lives with me and he raises his granddaughters from me. So, you know, life gives you nice surprises after all. So I was the 3rd child, and my dad was a little bit concerned how they can afford me economically, and if it's, my mom was 35 and back in the day was kind of late to have kids. But anyways, she had 3rd kid, and of course with the Murphy law, she wanted a boy so badly. They didn't have ultrasound in 1976, and instead of the boy she got the 3rd girl, 3rd daughter, and she was crying. She wasn't very happy because she really wanted a boy, and she already had a name, Alexei picked for the boy. And I was Kate. I was Ekaterina. Catherine, my aunt from Russia, came to visit my dad's brother's wife, and she claims that she named me. Her name was Zoya. And I named my daughter Zoe, and everybody say she named me when I was born, and I named my kid after her a little bit, like Zoya, Zoe. My daughter is Zoe. Anyways, oh my gosh, what did I do with my hair? I put makeup on my hair, crazy woman. Anyways, too much foundation. Oh my goodness, Kate, pay attention. Anyways, so my point is, like, even in the times, like in the times of back in the day, maybe our parents were more relaxed about, you know, everything was free for them. Government provided daycares which were very affordable and free, and people could, you know, keep their jobs. Like my mom could stay until I was 3. She could stay on maternity leave. So people were kind of people kind of like that social system, and they were not afraid because everybody lived like that. All the kids would go, some kids could go even for 5 days for a daycare and come back on the weekends, but my parents never did that to anybody. But there were facilities like that. If parents were working hard and they couldn't take care of the kids would go to a 5-day overnight daycare. Nowadays we don't hear about that because it's very expensive, especially in the United States. Nothing is free. All the daycares are franchised, they're private, there is no government. Government pays a little bit when people are in need. There is some social support that some daycares can be paid for some categories of population in the United States, but you don't want to have like so many kids you can't afford and you always depend on the government. So here is, you know, like here is, you have to weigh your responsibility. You have to weigh your responsibility about raising kids, and you have to weigh your stability and financial, you know, financial, if you can afford kids. But my point is, it's so natural that men and women, or like two women or two men, make a union, and they want their family to grow, and they want the population of the country they live in to grow. And at some point, we're not going to be old, and there's going to be not enough workforce. I think population growth is great for the workforce, to have people to provide, to work and provide taxes to pay for people who are old. And with the longer you know, survival age these days, people live till 90. Somebody needs to work to pay into social system, and somebody needs to work later on, 50 years down the road. The country has to have new population who's going to be in workforce, who's going to, you know, pay into social system. So I strongly believe it's like it's almost like a duty for, like, if you're a woman, it's almost like when you make a union with your partner, whoever it is, a girl or a boy, and if you're in this fertile age and you're healthy and you're responsible, and you don't have, like, majority of us have psychological problems, you know, we know too much, the knowledge, we have too much knowledge now about how brain works, blah blah blah, and people get depressed a lot, and people get ungrateful, and people get selfish, people get egoistic. So, but if you're healthy, I'm changing my picture to myself. Danny's World. Okay, thank you. Now I see your beautiful, beautiful brown hair. Thank you, Dennis. Welcome, welcome. 12 subscribers. Okay, I'll subscribe. I'll be one of your subscribers. Thank you for supporting my channel. So I kind of feel like it's a nature duty. It's a nature call. If a woman is, and we're talking about like best case scenario. Don't take me wrong. We're talking about best case scenario one. Oh, I'm sorry. Something got into my throat and I got a major tickle. Maybe the God punishes me for being so blunt, you know. Maybe God tells me, slow down, don't judge people. If they don't want to have kids, that's okay. Well, but I'm talking about like mature woman in the fertile age, finding a partner. We were built like that. The nature built us that. God built us like that, capable of bearing children and, you know, nurturing them. There are certain instincts that God built us like that. So we don't want to waste this fertility time to have kids. So my kid is, my older daughter is almost 16, and she keeps telling me she's not gonna have a child. And I'm like, I'm okay with that. I'm not gonna tell you what to do. But at the end of the day, I think if she finds somebody, if she falls in love, and if she has stable relationship, if she has her, you know, ambitions fulfilled in career or something she likes to do, I think at the end of the day she'll change her mind, and she'll be into this mentality that she would want to have a kid with her partner. So I don't say anything right now. I'm like, whatever, I'm not gonna be into your business. Yes, I will. I'm telling her now, like, I'm not gonna push you now because you're 16, you have no clue what you want to do in life. But when she's 30, she's probably, gonna have that, I call it biological clock ticking, and some people it's ticking very, very, very loud. For me, my biological clock were ticking very, very loud, and I've been a nanny for a long time after I couldn't find a good job in the economy back in Eastern Europe. I've been working as a nanny for many years, and my nanny job, I worked for foreigners and I made good money, and my nanny job kind of provided for me, and I always nannied for other kids, and I was very responsible. I loved those kids. One of the family, they have 3 doctors now, and all these 3 doctors, I was their nanny when they were babies. Girl, are you okay? Danny's World, yeah. No, God loves you. I'm okay. Thank you, Danny's World. Thank you for your support. I'm so happy you always come to my live streams and support me. And any viewers who stop by, know that you appreciate it. Know that God loves you and I love you. And I'm so grateful you can stop by and pay me some attention, pay me some attention. So anyways, I was a nanny and it came to me naturally. I talked to myself back when I was young. And my family, we had 3 girls, and all these 3 girls had difficult, life stories, difficult relationship stories. Like, for example, my older sister, she couldn't have kids because of health issues. My middle sister, my other sister, she had a kid without being married. And those were kind of like unhappy circumstances back then. And my mom always was like very regretful. My mom always was sad about my older sister that didn't have kids, and my other sister having kids without being married. And I told my mom, you should be happy. Like, they're happy. They're like well-rounded people. They're nice people. It's okay, And I helped my sister to raise her son. That's sad. So I always had I always had that hope deep in my heart. I always had that hope that if my sisters have this unfortunate events, like one of them really wanted children, but she couldn't bear a child because of the health issues. And my other sister, it was an oops baby when she was still in school and she had to go back home, and my mom was really tough on her. And, and then this guy is the most amazing nephew I could ever wish for. He is in his early 30s now, and he has his own family, and he's in Air Force, and we're so proud of him. This boy we helped my sister raise she was a single mom. She wasn't married. She didn't have her boyfriend around. She was left alone, and we're his family, and my dad was the figure father to my nephew. So there was a different circumstances, It wasn't like she was married and having a easy, raising for her child. She's been through a lot, and I respect her for that she raised a good man. She raised a good American citizen, and she raised a good soldier. She raised a good guy, and he's happily married too and having his own kids, so he's a good family man too. So, and I think I was a part of this upbringing too, so I'm taking credit here. Yes, you should. So we're proud. And my other sister didn't have kids, and I always was kind of sorry for her. But at the end of the day, I went to visit her last year, and she told me she's been living a fulfilling life after all. It doesn't matter, she's childless. She loves my girls, and she loves her nephew, and she loved our cousins' kids so much, and she always helped and supported other kids in the family. And she said she's okay with that. Now she made peace with that. Life is tough regardless, and she's gonna love my nephew, her nieces, my kids as much as she would love her own. So we had the talk, and she's in her early 60s, and I think she loves me as a mother too, because we lost our mom like almost 20 years ago. We lost almost 25 years ago we lost our mom, and she is sort of like my mom now because I love her dearly, and she's somebody I can share anything with. And she's mature enough to, like, she's my older sister, but we are in a very good relationship. I'm so sorry. Denny's World, okay, no sorry, it's okay, everybody is okay. So what I'm trying to say, deep in my heart, I knew if my sisters had this kind of unfortunate, unfortunate life circumstances, everything should be fine with me. And I had this mentality that 3 of the girls, somebody needs to be lucky, somebody needs to have everything like very good, you know. So I was lucky and everything. Katie, oh, kruto тут у вас. Katie, welcome Katie. I'm putting my makeup today. I'm going to a party, 70 years old birthday party. So I'm excited. I put my makeup and see how I combine the glowy foundation, and I didn't put all over my face because my face is aging and I have a lot of little tiny wrinkles, but this gives you glow under the regular matte foundation, and this is e.l.f. It's very affordable, so I put it like strategically on the places I want to highlight, like see my forehead. I put it on my bone cheeks. My grandpa died like last Monday. Oh, I'm so sorry about your loss. You're gonna go through all stages of grief, but my advice to you, just try to remember the very happiest memories of your grandpa, and that will bring peace to your heart. Looks good. Wait until 2024. Welcome to my live stream. Welcome guys. We're getting ready for the party. It's GRWM. So I put foundation. So what's next? Because I'm very much into eyeshadows now. I bought new brushes for my eyeshadows and I figured out how to put cool eyeshadows. I'm gonna put some eyeshadows and we're gonna go really fast because I don't want to go too much blah blah blah. And if you think your foundation is very glowy, you can always use the setting powder at the end to cover all the glow if it's too much. But it's called the filter, so it's gonna look very good in the pictures, and at night I hope it's gonna look nice under the night lighting. So I bought this very cool, and again, it's not a paid promotion, I just told you that I'm into makeup. I don't want to stop talking to you. It is 5. Yeah, it's 5. Yeah, I can stay until about 5:45. Do you want to be on my YouTube channel? Yeah, I can come to your YouTube channel and I'm gonna leave you nice comments. I'll subscribe. So in this one, you pick the medium color and you use it as your transition color. And last time I used this pink one with the darker pink in the corner and the lighter pink under my eyebrow to open my eyes, to lighten them up. But today I'm gonna use this more warm, and this is more like brownie undertone, and I'm gonna use this as my you know, like darker shade, and we'll see. Or maybe I use this as my transition shade, light shade, and this is my darker shade because this looks a little more brown to me. This brown, and this is like more like plum color that you like. Do pose. What pose? Okay. Anyways, I use this medium brown as my transition color today. And the transition color you put in a crease and you put all around your eyelid, and you put a little bit in the crease and you put a little bit above the crease. And this is the fluffy brush, and oh my gosh, I forgot the setting powder, but it's okay. I already put my concealer on my eyes, so the shadows should look good, but usually you can put setting powder on your eyes to make your shadows slide around and don't be in one place. Just make sure you fluff it around and go a little bit over your crease, but not too close to your eyebrow, just a little over your crease. And that's gonna be called transition color, and it's always like medium darkness, not too dark, not too light. What's the name of the eyeshadow palette? This is Huda Beauty, and this is called matte. And for aging skin, like I'm 48 and my eyelids are not as smooth as they were at 20, so I'm using the matte colors now. Okay, and again, don't expect a lot from this makeup because I just started to use my eyeshadows a couple of weeks ago. I'm still learning how to apply them. All these years until 48 I was so scared about eyeshadow, but since I watched a lot of beauty vloggers and their easy step-by-step videos how not to be afraid of eyeshadows, I'm feeling like the more I practice, the better I get into the eyeshadows. Okay, so that's a transition color. Okay, and the most important thing is fluff it around and just kind of build it in, not too much, and go a little above the crease. Okay, okay, and then I can go with more flat brush. You can also go underneath your, you can go with the flat brush, you can go underneath your lash line to give it a nice shape, nice shadow. Okay, so I'm getting so sad about telling you how I decided that everything gonna be okay in my family with having kids. So I had this faith, you know, and back in the day I wasn't very faithful, I wasn't very religious, and but now I know at some point God was watching over me, and he said enough struggles for this family, enough grief for my mother, unfortunately. But you are blending it very well so far. Thank you. Lots of people don't know how to blend eyeshadow, other makeup, but you're blending it very well so far. Thank you so much. Wait until 2024. This is very encouraging of you because I'm still working. I'm still, you know, watching and, you know, practicing, trying to practice couple of times a week. Okay. Then you take more precise brush, like it's flat, and you're gonna put the darker color in the corners of your eyes, and always you're gonna blend it in with the transition color too. 46 minutes. Thank you for being with me and supporting me. You are Karen. You are Karen RS. Welcome to my live stream. I don't know what you mean, you are Karen. What do you mean? No, I'm not Karen. I'm Kate. My name is Kate. I'm not Karen. Okay, so which one we should use? I think I like this one. Or I can use this one, a little brighter. This one looks too dark to me. I don't want to make a mistake. So I'm gonna use this one today because it's a little warmer. It's a little warmer. It's more like it's gonna look good with my shoes. Believe it or not, I have black dress, but I have bright red, like almost carrot orangey shoes. So why not trying to match my eyeshadows to my shoes, right? And gold. Don't be mean to her. That is mean. Oh, Dennis World, thank you for protecting me. It's okay, people. Куда собираешься? На вечеринку. Идем на день рождения сегодня к миллионерам. This guy is my husband's partner. They're millionaires, but they still work because they love what they do. You know, the lady was a doctor. She just sold her practice, and the guy was an accountant, and he loved his practice, and they still work. He's 70, but they're millionaires. They don't need to work. So we're going to a birthday party of the millionaires, and the guy is turning 70, so I'm excited. Дядьке исполняется 70 лет. Миллионеры, идем к ним домой тусоваться. На озере они живут. Это им не надо. Давайте по-русски. Расскажите о себе, будет больше зрителей. Katie, welcome to my live stream. No, I'm strategically talking in English because my viewers are from a lot of countries. When I watch my analytics, my viewers are from all over the world. I have a lot of viewers in Brazil, India, and I want them to understand and come and watch my videos and understand what I'm talking about. Sometimes I do my my streams in Russian language, but not today. Thank you though for stopping by, Katie. Okay, so this flat brush, when you put the darker color, at first it looks really dark and it feels like you made a mistake. Yeah, you're right, Aras. They don't work for money, they just bored. Okay, at first it feels like super dark and it feels like you made a mistake, and a lot of beauty bloggers, they suggest you hold your brush like that to make the strokes a little bit on the outside of your eye to kind of lift your eye up, but I cannot do that. Sometimes it's hard for me to do that, so I'm gonna fix the, so you kind of work it, putting it up a little bit, and then I'm gonna fix the corners with the concealer. Может, ты бы смогла стать спонсором для жабы? Зачем мне это счастье? Нет, спасибо. Мне есть кого спонсировать в жизни. Нет, я бы не могла стать спонсором для жабы. Не смешите меня. Не смешите, пожалуйста, меня, Арес. О май гаш, насмешили, с каких это радостей. Anyways, вот меня кто-то насмешил. Somebody made me laugh here on the Russian chat, because I have some viewers who speak Russian, the same language, my first language, and they made me laugh because one lady, she's a vlogger, she's looking for a sponsor, and they're offering me to be her sponsor, to sponsor her husband, her young husband, to come into the country, but it's a very funny situation. Okay, so what I did, I put the black color. It looks very black. I'm freaking out. It almost looks like I have a bruise, but don't worry, I'm gonna fix it. I'm gonna blend it in. I'm gonna put the white color under my brow, so it's gonna balance out later, and I'm gonna fix this little corner with putting a little bit concealer to make this eyeshadow covered and look a little bit more up. So don't make fun of me about sponsoring another vlogger and her young husband just because she's she's oblivious and delusional. Anyways, oblivious and delusional, and she lives like a not very stable life. I don't want to be anybody's sponsor, because I think she lives a fake life, you know. Anyways, but thank you for the question. Thank you. Anyways, let's go to the topic about the kids. So when I wanted my kids, I got married a little bit later according to our culture. I got married at 30. And before we got married, we lived together for 2 years. So we were not married. And when I turned 30, I had, like, I call it biological clock ticking, and I tell it to everybody. You know what it is, you know, you see the babies, and because I was a nanny, I've seen a lot of babies, and I already knew that it's a lot of responsibility, and I've been au pair. I lived in a family, an American family, and I could see from the inside how things work, how the mom has to leave the baby behind at 3 months, and how she has to go back to work because there is no such thing, the maternity leave here, and she didn't want to sacrifice her career. She was a doctor, and they found a way to find me as a foreign nanny, and I came from Eastern Europe to be a nanny. So I was exposed to this lifestyle. I was exposed. I knew from inside how people have to be responsible in the United States having children, because, you know, the government doesn't support you. There are no free daycare, and they had to pay me some money, and this program cost them about maybe $1,000 a month, and they paid for my school. They paid $1,000 for my school so I can be a nanny. I was au pair. Alex Christine Lawson, welcome. You look pretty. Thank you. I'm taking care of my makeup going to a party. So when you made a mistake, just put a little bit of this concealer and try to put it up so it brightens up your eye, and it kind of covers the imperfections that you made if you put your eyeshadow a little lower than the corner of your eye. Everything can be fixable. Don't be afraid to make a mistake. If you practice and you know how to apply eyeshadow, you're going to learn how to fix the mistake. I bet you were a great nanny. Yes, yes, I was a good nanny. I had few little conflicts with my mother. She was a doctor and she had very high expectations, but I was very anxious, very organized, and very responsible. And wherever she puts for me as a rule, I try to comply with the rule, and those babies were never sick. They never get a scratch on them. They never fall. They never get in trouble. Well, there were a few times when they scratched them by by having not my nails filed. So the lady bought me a lot of nail filers, so I don't scratch the baby. У тебя еще нет климакса? Лена говорит, что в 60 еще нет у нее. О, боже, ей повезло. Но я думаю, что все есть, просто она привирает, она часто привирает. У меня есть perimenopause, у меня есть symptoms, I have symptoms of perimenopause. Yes, I do. И сколько не выходит, когда с мужем? Ну, good for her. Это очень хорошо. Так, вот смотрите. I think that it's enough eyeshadows on the top. And I'm gonna, because it's the evening makeup, I'm gonna put this dark eyeshadow on the bottom of my... And when you put the darker one, you don't need to go all the way down to your inner corner. You can stop in the middle of your pupil. And that's the suggestions for the dark shade. It just gives your eyes nice like depth and the shape, but it's not overpowering in the corner. In the corner, we're gonna put the light color to make them nice and bright. Yeah, a lot of people do that, but I forget to do that. But those eyeshadows, I'm so glad she offered those to me because they really have color. They're not too much and they're like very matte. I like how matte they are. Where do you live? Do you live in the United States of America or you live in New Jersey? I live in the United States in Florida, Central Florida, not far from Orlando. Alex Christine Lawson said hi. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for your comment. Originally, I'm from Eastern Europe, Republic of Moldova. I speak Russian. My first language is Russian. If you hear the New Jersey accent, I know why, because I have lots of, my sister lives in New Jersey, and I know how they talk there. There are a lot of Jews and Russian Jews who immigrated from Soviet Union, and that's the accent, how they talk. And you can find a lot of ladies on Instagram who are talking about American mothers versus Eastern European mothers, and they would have the same funny accent like I do, like Russian mixed with like American and Jewish and whatever. But thank you for asking. Please, Danny's World. Okay, I think I put enough. Okay. So I had this faith, and that's important. I had this faith, and when I was 30, I told my man, my partner back then, we were not married. I told my man, I'm like, oh, my biological clock is ticking. I've been nanny for a long time. Нет, я была в Канзас-Сити, я была в Миссури. Следующий штат от Миссури, Висконсин, но я туда не доехала, я только была в Миссури. Маринка станет медиком или все зря? Да все зря, никем она не станет, господи, безрукая. Зачем вы мне это пишете? It's not about her. Зачем мне вы это пишете? So I was very good nanny, and I had seen how things work from inside, and I made notes how the Korean mother acted, how the father acted, and how they worked together to raise these kids, how they use the nanny, how they use opportunity to have family around, to visit family, family would come to them to help them. So I kind of... Если бы ты не успела забеременеть, ты усыновила ребенка? Хороший вопрос. Нет, я бы не решилась усыновить ребенка. Я бы просто знала, что у моего мужа есть 2 прекрасных детей, я бы их очень любила. Вот так. Но я бы сама не решилась усыновить ребенка. You're so nice, we can be friends like yeah. But I don't live where you live. Alex Christine Lawson, where do you live? Alex, is it a boy or a girl? Alex can be both. My husband is Alex, it's a boy from Alexander, but Alex can be a girl, Alexandra. So, nice to meet you. A girl, Alex, okay, that's good, Alex, nice. I like this name. It could be Alexis, or it could be Alexa, it could be Alex. Very pretty name. Okay. I'm talking too much. I'm almost done with my eyeshadow. So now we're gonna use a very light shadow and we're gonna put it on the eyebrow. Don't Don't patronize me. Everybody can like me. RS, I like my viewers liking me. They can like me. So I'm using this very light shadow. Okay. And I'll probably use this more flat brush just because I want to be precise and put it under my eyebrow, the light eyeshadow. Hello, Lady Cursed. Welcome. I remember you. You're from Albania. Welcome. Welcome back to my live channel. I'm so glad you stopped by. We're going to a party today. My husband's partner, he's turning 70, and we're going to his house for a party. Nice house. Millionaire's house. Didn't you ask her if she was a Karen? Wait until 2024. You are very observant. Yes, she asked me if I was a Karen. But now she patronizes me. She doesn't like other viewers to be my friends. Oh my gosh. Don't get serious, you know. IRS sometimes trolling me, and I'm okay with that, because whoever comes to my live stream and is active in the comments, I'm really grateful, as long as they don't cross the line and I don't have to block them for being rude or unreasonable. I leave them be. I leave them express and speak their mind. I'm blunt myself. I speak my mind too. How old are you? You look 21. Alex Christine Lawson, get out of here. I'm 48. I love your compliment though. 21? Well, it's all good lighting, and it's because I'm in good mood and because I'm eating well and sleeping well. And it's Saturday night. I'm excited to go to the party. I think it all shows up in my face. And see how I put it under the brow and it opens my eyes. And also I use the lightest shade in the palette. Oh my gosh. I'm using it in the inner corners of my eyes to light up inner corners. That's the formula. That's the technique I learned from beauty vloggers. And don't be afraid. Just experiment. Don't be afraid. Сколько ты часов спишь? Нет, 9 не сплю. Меньше 8. 7,5. 7,5 до 8. Сегодня чуть больше, на выходные могу спать где-то до 9 часов. Но каждый день 7,5. 8 часов. Максимум. Oh, what? But I sleep very well. Good question. Good question. I sleep very well. I have... Knock the wood, don't jinx me. Don't jinx me. I sleep very well. One of the signs of perimenopause is like sleep disruption, but I don't have sleep disruption yet. I have other little signs, but I'm taking care of it. So I'm good. I'm happy. We're not gonna let the natural stages of life to scare us or make us miserable. We're gonna take care of the symptoms, and we're gonna keep in good spirits. Last time you walked a lot. Yeah, I walked a lot because I was doing my steps, and you sleep better when you do your steps. And after my Zumba class on Thursday and Monday, I sleep really good. But on Friday, I wanted to walk tomorrow. Yesterday was Friday and I wanted to walk, but we started to have those like May showers, like really heavy tropical showers, and the rain was like all evening. I couldn't leave. I wanted to leave at 6:30 and the rain started at 6:30 and ended like after 9, so we couldn't go. But we needed, oh yeah. So what do you think? You like them? It's not too much? And actually it doesn't even look brown because I decided to go with dark rose color. It's gonna match my cheeks when I put the blush. Last time you walked a lot. Thank you. So go back to the topic of the kids. And we were not married, and my husband, he was divorced for about 3 years, and he still was going through stuff, and I didn't push him for the marriage right away. But when I turned 30, my biological clock starting to tick like so loud. And I told my husband, how about we think about having a kid together? You bring in your phone with you to the party and do some more life? Maybe. I'll do that. Maybe. If there are not too many people and if it's not too crowded, if it's appropriate, I'll see how it goes. I don't want to be this crazy woman live streaming from somebody's private property. I out on my YouTube channel. Okay, I'll come to support you later, Danny's World. Thank you for stopping by. Be sure I'll be a subscriber. So I kind of told him, and we were in good relationship. We still, you know, I still went to school. No, maybe I finished. In 2008, I already finished with school, and I already had the job, I already had, I don't remember if I had, I didn't have classes back then. I finished my job, I got my diploma from the local community college, I got my AS degree, and I already had a job in the cafeteria. So I made some money, and I paid off my debt, so I didn't have debt. I was debt free. And I kind of told my husband it's about time, because my eggs are getting old, and I want a kid. And he was kind of like, oh well, maybe it takes time, so why not? Let's have a kid. I'm brown and you're peach. What you mean you're brown and you're peach? I'm peach? I think I'm light skinned. Yeah, I buy a lot of light foundation just because I don't like to get a lot of sun, and I do get, you know, suntan, and my daughter loves to suntan now. She's so dark, but I try to protect my face always, and my foundation, you know, usually light. So I need makeup to make my face a little bit more bright, and, you know, put blush because I'm too bland, you know, I'm too white sometimes. I feel like I'm blend in with my hair, nobody noticed me, but when I put makeup, I get this big eyes, and the blush makes me my face stand out. I mean, I put you on my I put you on my YouTube channel. Oh, okay, I don't know how it works. What do you want to put me on your YouTube channel? I don't know what you mean, but that's okay. So I have 7 viewers. 7 is a lucky number, so I'm gonna have a very good night. Today I'm gonna put a little bit of okay, just up to here, a little bit of contouring, because I want my face to look a little skinnier than it is. I gained some weight back. Remember, I was on the weight loss medication. I took the medication for 4 months. I was able to lose 22 pounds, but about 6 pounds came back. I still feel great. Look at my, oh my gosh, sorry. Look, I still look great. I still, you know, didn't gain all my weight back, but it's coming back. I have to watch what I'm eating, and I have to be a little more serious about ditching sugars, but I love sugars. In your world, is it nighttime or morning time? In my world is almost 5:30 in the evening, so it's 5:25. Okay, thank you for being with me. So I had this phase that, because my other sisters didn't have smooth child raising experiences, like they struggled, I felt like everything gonna be okay with me. And of course I got pregnant very easily, and of course we call it my first kid was a fruit of love, because it was my first kid. So beautiful and so content and so talented and so smart. I remember my friend, we immigrated on the same day. She went to Germany and I went to the States, and then she came to visit me in 2008, and she would encourage me. She said, when are you gonna have babies? She was already pregnant. She had her twins in 2008. She came to visit me while she was pregnant, and I kept touching her, you know, big belly, and I wanted to be pregnant too, but it wasn't a good time. But it was a good time at the end of the year. So at the end of 2008, I finally got pregnant, and not finally, it took us 2 months to get pregnant. But anyways, it happened so fast that at my first thought, I got so scared. I didn't expect it to happen so fast. And I was 30 years old, and all of a sudden I had this, you know, like very you know, we're crazy. Like, women, be afraid of what you want to. You want your dream come true, and all of a sudden, when your dream come true, you get pregnant. For some reason, you get so anxious and scared. Okay, that's how I do my contouring. Okay, I know it looks a little bit weird, it looks a little bit dark, but don't worry. That's how you put your contouring and make your extra chin disappear. It's all about those shades that makes your chin disappear. And you need to blend it very well, so it kind of, at some point, it kind of, you don't see the border between white part of your neck and darker part of your neck. It's okay, I'll blend it in. When I was born, the year. Me too. So, and I got pregnant so fast that I got a little bit scared, intimidated, and you know, like I'm like, and my husband, he was happy, but he told me, now you're scared. He said you wanted it to happen, but now why are you scared? You have to embrace it. And he kind of was happy and gave me a big hug and told me everything gonna be okay. And I kind of, you know, I kind of had this reassurance. It's very important to have a partner who gives you reassurance. Like, I'm an anxious person, and if I pick the husband who's anxious, it would be a disaster. But my husband is not anxious at all. He's very self-confident. He's very calm. Any situations, he's very pragmatic and practical. And I'm all emotions. So I remember that morning I told him, and I was like, oh, I'm so scared, I'm afraid what it's gonna be. So see, do you like this contouring now? See how this cheek already got skinnier right away? This cheek is not, I don't know what's wrong with that. And if you want, you can blend things in, so you don't want, I don't know if I want to contour my nose. Talking too much. I need to finish up soon, so no contouring my nose. I'm gonna just blend things in, and don't worry, everything gonna blend in when I put the setting powder. It's not gonna be too obvious that I have bronzer, that I have the darker shades. It's gonna all blend in. But look how they like contouring. So I got pregnant in 2008. I remember the date, it was October 10th. And I didn't expect it because I miscalculated something. I was writing something in my notebook, and when I turned the page, I wrote the wrong date on my calendar. And then when I was counting, I didn't notice that my period was late. I thought my period was only late for a week, but at that point it was late for a couple of weeks. And I didn't know what to think, so it took me by surprise. Even it was planned, even if I was checking my things out, like I went to the doctor and everything was great, it still took me by surprise. And you know, like, be afraid of the surprises, because you know, you never know how do you react. And I wanted it so much, but that moment I recognized I was pregnant, I was so scared. I was like, ah. And the other thing, like, we lived together for a while, and I already had the profession, and I already had a job, and I didn't plan to give up my job. I wanted to have a job and make some money before the baby come, to pay for the baby's like stuff myself and everything. So, but we're not yet married. And at some point I told my husband that, no, we decided to get married before I learned I was pregnant. I actually picked my dress, well, before we knew we were pregnant, I picked my dress. Like in August, I kind of went, and I went to my friend's house, and she had this beautiful dress, and I tried it on, and I'm like, oh, I want to be a bride, you know. And then I bought like some beautiful gold shoes by like this firm. I don't know what this, do you know Guess? It's a firm. And for some reason I thought this little sign G was for Gucci. Like, I didn't know brand names back then, I was so oblivious, but I love those shoes, Guess, and I kind of thought they were like American Gucci brand, and I said that's going to be my wedding shoes. So it's all started with shoes. As soon as I put on those shoes, and you know, in the States we don't wear heels anywhere, and I've been working in the cafeteria every day. I wore sneakers, and I miss that you know, I missed that dress part. I missed that, you know, heels part. So I bought a beautiful open toe shoes. So enough blending. Do you think it's enough contouring at this point? Do you see a little bit of dark shade? It's very subtle, but I don't want a lot. I don't want a lot. It's enough. It's better to be less than more. Less is more. I don't want it to be overpowering. I don't want it to be too fake. When it's too much contouring, it looks too fake. So I'm gonna put the I'm gonna put this. Okay, now we only have blush to put. We're gonna have mascara, and we're gonna have setting powder, and we're gonna be in 15 minutes. We should be done. Okay. So when I had my first pregnancy, I was freaking out, but then when I went to my first appointment, everything looked great. Or as you go away, I just a kid that doesn't have no friends. You're just a kid who doesn't have no friends. Don't be shy, go make friends. Go outside to the park, meet people, ask them how are you. Meet people your age, ask them what they like, what games they like. Don't be shy. I don't know what is RSU. Go away. RSU. This world. In your world, is it nighttime? But then I thought, I gave up my job for a while, but then I, you know, like we had very weird situation. We had very weird situation with our immigration status back then. So when we applied to become permanent citizen, to become permanent residents, it was taking longer than expected, and that's why I had to go back to school. And when my baby was 4 months old, my mother-in-law came to help me because the childcare was very expensive. We couldn't afford childcare. So my mother-in-law, my husband's mother, she came from Eastern Europe to take care of the baby, and I was able to go back to school. And I needed to go back to school to maintain my my student visa. And while our paperwork was in process, I was able to stay in the country, and my husband was able to stay in the country legally. So that was a tough time for us because I had to work to provide like an income. So I worked in the morning. I went early morning. I would leave at 7 o'clock. I come back home. I breastfeed the baby. I play with her a little bit, and then at nighttime I went to classes. I took like 2 or 3 classes, and I got another certificate in the business administration. It was extra classes. It wasn't a degree, but they gave me a couple of more certificates, you know, so I don't just take these classes without getting a full degree. Those were just classes to get some sort of certification in business administration, so it kind of helped. So that semester when my daughter was 4 months, it was fall semester in 2009. I had to go back to work and school full time, and my mother-in-law helped me with the baby. So it was rough. It was not easy. I cried and I was exhausted. I cried at night, but it worked out. So I tell people who are on the fence of having kids, having difficult circumstances, not having help, or things are gonna work out. But if you are fertile and you miss that age, you have more complications after having a baby at 45, you know. I suggest, in general, why was this talk today? Because I suggest, it's up to you, but the God gave you this unique gift of having the babies, and if you choose to be childless, you're still going to be judged. If you used to have too many kids, you're still going to be judged. You're never going to win. People still going to find something to judge you and not be happy with your choice. And it's up to you, you know. You don't need to fence yourself, to defend yourself, to, you know, you don't need to prove a point to anybody. It's your life, and and if you're a mature, independent adult, if you can provide for yourself, if you don't answer to your parents, you don't answer to the people who sponsor you or who support your living, you make your choice. It's your body. You decide to have kids or you decide not to have kids. I respect your choice, but at the end of the day, I think if we are women and we are healthy and we're good state of mind, we make some money, we have a profession in hands, you know, we have stable union with the partner, we have a stable family and kind of plan things out, and we are responsible, why not have the kids? You know, why? Kids make your life miserable sometimes, but they are continuation of the family, continuation of the blood, continuation of your, you know, of your family tree. They're gonna be the ones who gonna work and provide for when we're gonna be old. They're gonna be the workforce. They're gonna support the economy of the country you live. So I'm all for kids. But again, if you have valid reasons, if you have like valid and objective reasons, you cannot afford kids, or your health is not good enough, or there are gonna be different life circumstances that you don't have stable relationship. Of course, those are good excuses and those are good reasons not to bring child to this world. And again, it's all very individual. There is no recipe for a happy relationship, or there are points in life when you make those decisions only according to your own personal circumstances and your own feelings and your own values. So don't listen to me. I'm just expressing my opinion. I'm just, you know, didn't take for granted this God's gift, and I wanted to make sure I do have kids. So I have 2 beautiful daughters, and we have 4 kids with my husband, because he has 2 kids with his first wife from his previous marriage, and they love each other. They're all siblings. They all, you know, love each other and communicate very well. And we hope when we are gone, they still keep this family, you know, blood, this togetherness. So when we leave this world, when we are gone, at least they have each other to lean on, to know that they're family, and the more the merrier. So what do you think? I don't even put the highlighter today. I'm just gonna put the setting powder, and I'm going to show you. Okay, let me show you something. I made a very well organized, okay, sorry about that. Okay, I organized my makeup nicely here. See how everything is well organized? I can find it easily. I don't know how long it lasts. I threw away a lot of stuff I didn't use. So I bought this little thing and I used this mug. My daughter made this drawing. That's so cute. And for some kind of holiday, they put my kids' drawing, it says Stella here, on a mug, and I'm using this mugs for my makeup. Yeah, why do you need to buy extra? So this one, let me see. I have eyebrow gel. I'm gonna put eyebrow gel today. What do you think? Eyebrow gel. That was the weird thing to buy an eyebrow gel. Yeah, they sell you eyebrow gel to keep your eyebrows in place. So today I'm gonna brush my eyebrows. I have to go soon. So what is this monologue all about? It's up to you, you know. If you're adult, you're independent, it's up to you. Nobody gonna tell you to have kids or not to have kids. But as a person, me, if I don't know all your circumstances to judge you, but my first reaction, if people chose to be child-free, my first reaction is gonna be like, I'm gonna judge you a little bit, and maybe you're not necessarily gonna be my friend, like not my friend, but it's not something I can share with you, I can resonate with you, because like I can't talk about my kids all the time with a person who chose to be child free, you know. I will feel somewhat uncomfortable, and at the end of the day, like I involuntarily gonna judge you a little bit. So don't be offended if you think that I judge you a little bit just because, you know, for some reason you don't have kids, and it makes me suspicious. What I really couldn't have very, you know, very personal reasons, or it was your choice or something. So I'm using the highlighter above my lip to make my lip look a little bigger. A little bit here. So it kind of like gives my lip a little lift, because my lips are very, and I put a little highlighter here on my nose. Okay. Okay, setting powder. I didn't put the mascara. I'm gonna put the mascara. I'm not gonna use the, now I have to put the mascara and not my eyeshadow. Not touch my eyeshadow with the mascara, so I have to be very, very careful putting my mascara. Trying to do a good job here, so bear with me. Wow, but look how big and open my eyes look with the makeup. It's like a totally, I feel like a totally different person. And that's appropriate for a party, you know. I don't want to be bland, like I don't want to look like I just got up from a nap. I want to look vibrant and fresh. I put a little bit, but you know my trick? If you put a little bit of mascara on the top of your eyelid, just wait until it dry and remove it with the Q-tip, so you don't ruin your eyeshadow. I might fall asleep to your storytelling. Сколько можно тереть? Кого тереть? Кого тереть? Кейри, что тереть? Перетирать на английском, в смысле эту тему перетирать. Но это очень животрепещущая тема про детей, you know? Я вам еще всего не рассказала. Like, I didn't tell you the whole story about my second kid. Next time when we do makeup, I'm gonna tell you a story about having a second child. That was almost like an incredible story, because, you know, only crazy people do what we did. Only crazy psycho people doing what we did. Nowadays, I think it was a little too much, like the planning and stuff around it. But, you know, I wanted to keep my job, and I wanted to be responsible, and I only stayed in the country. Well, not in the country. I only stayed in the job. I had a full-time job, and it was okay paid, and I had insurance, medical insurance and stuff like that. So I didn't want to lose the job, and that's why it was very planned pregnancy for the second child. And not many people know about these things. Not many people take childbirth to like so planned and so financially supported like we did. So next time I'm gonna share my experience. First kid was a fruit of love, and second kid was more like estimated. a planned affair, very well planned and very well financed and very well she was very well received. She was, and she's my second kid was born in August. She's a copy of me, and sometimes it scares me to see myself and my child. It scares me, but it's okay. It's fun and challenging and rewarding at the same time. Okay, it's almost 1:30. I like to do my streams about 1 hour 30 minutes. So let me put, did I put the blush? Yeah, I put the blush. I think this Hourglass blush, it's very beautiful, but it's so not like pigmented, so you almost cannot see that blush. And I like my blush to be a little more pigmented, like my eyeshadow. Crazy. I like to put setting powder always in my makeup live streams. At the end, when I turn off my phone, I'm like, oh, I didn't show my viewers how I put the setting powder. And today, oh my gosh, people, okay, I have to wait. So I put a little bit of mascara on the top of my crease. You cannot see it, but I can see it. So in order not to smudge everything with a Q-tip, you have to wait until your mascara dries. And when it's dry, it's just gonna fall off easily. So see how my lip is very thin. I'm so afraid of lip fillers, but never say never. Who knows, maybe I'm 60 and I decide to do my lips, but I'm not ready yet. So today I do that trick with a highlighter to make my lips better, bigger. And I bought this lip liner. So I put a little bit of lip liner above my natural lip line, and I'm gonna try to make my lips a little bigger. See, even putting the eyeliner, I can't stand the big lips. It feels like my lip, like with the lip liner, not eyeliner. It's already bigger lips. It's crazy. Crazy, don't like them be that big. But look, сколько можно тереть? Что, Кейти, чем вы недовольны? Чего тереть? А, тереть в смысле кисточкой? Ой, так приятно тереть по лицу кисточкой. Oh my gosh, I can't believe if I do fillers and my lips look big like that, I will freak out. I don't, it's so... Like, now I'm freaking out, they're too big. Now I almost feel like I can't talk because they're too big just because of the freaking lip liner. What do you think? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, look at this. Filters migrate, they don't dissolve. Eventually the surrounding area will look puffy. I do not recommend fillers until you are very old. Yeah, wait until 2024. Thank you for your advice. The lady who does my Botox, she's in her mid-50s and she did the fillers, and now she says she regrets because she stopped doing that, but they sit there and her lips like deformed and she can't do much about it, and she doesn't want to do them anymore. She wants to wait. So when I asked her about lip fillers, she discourages me. She said, don't worry, enjoy your lips, buy the lip liner, put like whatever you want on your lips, but don't do injections yet. So I trust her. She has a dermatology degree and she's a nurse practitioner, and she's like very, you know, very experienced. And because she is from my culture, she's from Moldova too, and she's been going through a lot of beauty procedures. I trust her what works and what doesn't work, and because I see how she looks, she tells me on her face what are her mistakes and what are her good things that she doesn't regret doing. So I trust her. She can share good and bad with me. She's like honest just because she's a doctor, and she kind of wishes me well besides pushing beauty procedures. Good evening, Kate. Wish they caught you sooner. Yeah, I'm leaving 1:32. I can leave. I always have hard time leaving. I love talking to my viewers. Thank you. Exactly. Good that she discourages you. Yeah, she's very honest person, and kind of like I rely on her life experience and her expertise being a dermatologist, knowing things scientifically. Thank you, thank you. I'm changing my look. This was a gift from my best friend, and she gave me those. This is Kendra Scott, like this preppy jewelry, and I really like the stone, but I'm not wearing green. So I'm taking, this looks good with this shirt, look, this green. But I'm wearing different. So what do you think? I forgot setting powder. I don't want to. Here is the setting powder. Yeah, setting powder. I like this part a lot because setting powder blends everything together and it's so gentle and it smells so good, and it's like it covers all the imperfections and blends in all your makeup together. It feels so good. What do you think? Do you like this look? Do you like this makeup? Am I gonna look good at the 70-year-old birthday party? I'm gonna look nice and young and furious. I think setting powder blends everything nice together. What do you think? Тереть. Что вы там написали? Сколько можно тереть? Так для этого нужны все эти щеточки. Ты же за них заплатил. Ты должен их использовать. And see, I didn't put anything on my eyebrows. I didn't put a lot of. So what do you think? Yes, I'm ready to put my black dress and we'll be ready to go in like 10 minutes. I like those dangle, just like white gold and yellow gold earrings. This is Italian gold, and I like them dangling, and I wear them often with the black dress because they like, I think they look good with my hair. Did you like this live stream? Exactly. Good that she discourages you. Thank you so much. Oh, have fun at the party. I will. Good doctor. Some only want money. No. Your makeup looks good. Я уже успела в магазин сходить, ты еще вещаешь. Да, я уже ухожу, убегаю. Very pretty. Что там сзади светится? Не знаю, что светится. Что там светится, не знаю. Это отражение, наверное, зеркала в этом. Отражение зеркала в душе. Это душ. Там отражается зеркало. Вот зеркало такое. Спасибо, что были со мной. Thank you so much for being with me, listening to my story. Don't be offended with everything I said. It's just my opinion. Don't be offended if I'm like too blunt sometimes. I'm telling you something, how I feel, how I feel from my personal life experience. You can totally disagree with me. You can totally disregard my, you know, crazy thoughts or whatever. But thank you for stopping by, being with me and supporting my channel and being my devoted viewers. Thank you. Have a good weekend. I'll see you sometime soon. Maybe I'll film a little bit at the party and I'll put the videos. So keep following my channel. Keep watching. Have a great night. Thank you so much. Thank you. Love you all, and I appreciate you all that you stopped by and watched this makeup live stream. Bye bye. Love you all. Get ready with me. Live stream was successful. Thank you. And it was successful because of my beautiful viewers who stopped by and helped me get ready and kind of like helped me to express myself. Thank you. Love you all. Thank you.